Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to be making our first diamond in May. And this one is our Daffodil. And remember I said that we're going to do some spring flowers because April showers bring May flowers. So the daffodils are up, and I thought that we'd do a daffodil. It's one of my favorite flowers. Well, I don't know who I'm kidding because I love flowers no matter what they are. But anyway, I do like the daffodil. So we are going to be, there's a new way of doing this, and I'm thinking this is going to be so much easier for me. I'm so excited. I found that on my Stitch Fiddle. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. So anyhow, I have been learning so much on my Stitch Fiddle from YouTube on different things. And fair warning, Mosaic is coming up and soon. So I am so excited because I just learned how to make a mosaic chart using my Stitch Fiddle. So I'm very excited about that. So anyway, we are going to start with the green, and we are going to, it's going to take two different colors of yellow to make this. There's a bright yellow and then there's a dark yellow, and those are both from, I forget I think this one is a pale yellow and this one's a regular yellow from what do you call that? I Love This Yarn. Of course, you know I use that yarn a lot. And then we're going to go with our blue, medium blue, and our jelly green. In case you're wondering the colors I'm using. And I am using my J-hook, 6mm, as usual, because that is my favorite hook. I use that one a lot. Alright, I'm just trying to get my yarns all in order so it'll be easier for me to grab them. Alright, and keep them from tangling, so I know exactly where they're at. Alright, so we're going to get started with this. We're going to chain 2, and in the second chain from the hook, we are going to make our falling leaf stitch. So it's a single crochet and 2 doubles. And this is just in case you guys have not done this, that somebody new is watching this one. So I know you guys all know what all of this is, but I'm just explaining it just in case somebody comes in and doesn't know what we're doing. Alright, so the falling leaf stitch is 1 square, and this is the first row with 1 square. Second row, chain 2. And now we're going to do the same thing in the second chain from the hook. We're going to make our falling leaf stitch. And it's 2 green in row 2. So there's 1. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and in this last stitch we're going to make another falling leaf stitch. And this is the second square. So there is 1, 2. Alright, so we're going to chain 2 and turn for row 3. In row 3, another color comes in. So we're going to start in the second chain from the hook, as we always do. Now we will do this at the beginning of our row every time. We start in the second chain from the hook. And this is at the beginning of every row. So here's the first square. The second square, I'm not going to finish that last double crochet because I am going to take the next color and pull it through and finish that second double crochet. Alright, and now I am going to put the blue in the next one, which we are doing this, skipping the first two. And when you skip those two doubles, that ends you in a single. So you will constantly be working in your single crochets. And I also carried that green with me. And I'm going to put the blue over here, bring the green up, finish that stitch with the green, that last stitch, and then continue. But the blue is just going to stay there. I don't need to carry it. It can stay right where it is. So we're just going to bring the green over here to the last stitch and finish off this row. And this is what it should look like so far. So far, looking good. Alright, so I want to mark off those last 3 rows. So I'm just going to do this. Alright. Mark them off. Like, the writing is nice and big and everything, and it's just like this, put those squares in perspective for me, and I love it. Alright, so chain 2 and start our square. And in this row, we need 1 green and 2 blue. So we're going to bring the blue forward because I don't want my yarns to tangle. So I'm trying to keep them in the right order. And then we're going to need to bring the green with us, though. So make sure you pull that green up. So we need to put 2 blue in next. So there's 1. And 2. And then I forgot, we need to switch back over to green for the last one. And as you see in the picture, the border is bordered in green. And so you will always start with green, you'll always end with green, this whole pattern. Alright, here we go. We'll put our green in now. Alright. Did I not? I've kind of got a hole right there. What did I do? Alright. I made that too loose is what I did. Alright, I'm not going to go back. Just to fix that. That's okay. But for purposes, make sure that your single crochets are not too loose or it's going to do that. So, I guess that kind of... Dang it. I forgot to bring... It kind of shows you what not to do. And as far as going back and fixing it, I guess that all depends on you. How much a perfectionist, or or you not liking that hole or whatever. Um, so I can always take this yarn and kind of fill it in with it too when I tie in the ends. So anyhow, we are going to chain 2 and turn for row 4. Well, that was row 4. We're going to do row 5 now. Alright, so in the second chain from the hook, we're going to start our square. But we are going to need 3 blue this time. So we've got our green, and come on, switching over to blue. And now I need 3 blue and a green to finish off this row. And there we have it. Okay, so that was row 5, and that's what it should look like. Let's mark them off. So 4 and 5, and now we need 6. So let's chain 2 and turn. Starting our first square in the second chain from the hook. And then we're going to start our blue, because now we need 4 blue in the middle. Which is right here. So there's 2. 3. And 4. Switching back over to green. For our last stitch. And there is row 6. So row 7, chain 2 and turn. So row 7, we have 5 blue in the middle. So far, this is easy peasy. So we start out with our green like we always do in the second chain from the hook, and then switch over to blue. So I have figured this out without having to tangle these. Um, I've got my green stacked over here. I've got these stacked over here in order. My green first, then my blue, then my dark yellow, then my light yellow. Because those are the orders that I will be using them. And I will, you know, since your green is first, you want it towards you. And when you're switching colors, the blue will be away from you. And then when we switch to gold, they'll both be towards you, where the gold, or not the gold, but the dark yellow will be away from you. So we'll go over that, and as long as you keep the colors where they're coming from, it's easy. They won't tangle. So I figured that out. As long as you remember to do all of that, it's easy, to not remember that too. And when you're in a hurry trying to do something. Alright, so we're going to switch back over to green. And you see, I made my blue go over there, away from me. And I'm going to leave it there, because I really don't need it to go all the way to the end. Which is the reason why I put a border around all of these diamonds, because it's so much easier to work with a border than not with a border. And otherwise, when you're switching colors, you can see, even though I'm going to put another border around it, I still don't like to see the colors going up the side. So I guess that's my preference. So there is row 7. And how we know that is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it always goes up by 1 every row. So 6 and 7 are done. Let's mark them off. And start row 8. It looks like we're going to be starting our dark yellow in the next row. So row 8 is another easy row. Starting in the second chain from the hook, we're going to put our first square there, and then switch over to blue. And now we need 6 blue. So there's 1. While we're carrying this green with us, I really like this blue and green together. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Switching back to the green, to finish this off. There we go. Which you should have 8 squares, because it goes up by 1. So 6 and 2 is 8. Anyway, that's what it looks like. So cool. Alright, so row 9. Let's do row 9. We're going to be bringing in the dark yellow. So here we go with the in the second chain from the hook. Put our green, and then we're going to switch over to blue. So let's bring the green forward, bring the blue up. Come on. And we need 2 blue. So there's 1. Two. And now we need to switch over to the dark yellow. I cannot wait to see this finished. Alright, so now we're just going to put a dark yellow in here. And then we're going to bring that back and go back to our blue. Our blue is in the middle. The yellow should be over there, and our green is close to me. That way this yellow isn't going nowhere else. So I'm just going to leave it behind and just work over my green. So we need 4 blue next. Oh my gosh. This color chart. Where have you been all my life? I love this color chart. This is so nice. I like it better than the words. Alright. Whoops. See, I was going to mess that up. Now, this blue has to be on this side of the green. And then we're going to put the green in next. Come on. Which is the last one. And there's what it should look like. So that's row 9. Okay, so let's mark off row 8 and 9. And then row 10 is next. So let's chain 2 and turn. Alright. And we're going to be starting on the green leaves on this row, along with the flower. So here we go. Starting in the second chain from the hook, switching over to blue, and now we need 4 blue. So there's one. Two. Three. And four. So now we gotta switch over to yellow. So we've got the green and the blue. We're gonna bring this yellow up. And we need both of these that we're going to work over now. We need 2 yellow. And this is the dark yellow, by the way. And then now we're going to bring that there. We need to bring up a green again. Well, that's not again. But we need to bring up a green. And then we're going to do green, blue, green to finish off this row. This kind of starts on the leaf of the daffodil. Alright, bring the green forward to the blue. And oh, wait a minute. This yellow should have been left, or else that's going to be a mess. Leave that yellow behind. Alright, now let's put the green in. Here we go. Blue. And then back to the green. And there we have it. So that is row 10. And we'll go ahead and get that taken away. Row 11 is next. Now, how in the heck did that happen? Alright. So let's chain 2 and turn. And we're starting our green and then we're going to switch over to blue. And no, we're not switching over to blue, we're switching over to yellow. Uh-oh. Hang on. I was looking at the wrong one. We're on row 11. So row 11, we need to bring the yellow over. I am so sorry, guys. It would help if I actually read this thing. Alright, we need 3 green. So what we need to do first we need 3 green, it says. So there's 2. We're going to bring this blue up and carry with us because we're going to need that later. While I'm putting this 3rd green in. Alright. We're really working on the leaves now. Okay, so now we need a dark yellow. So let's bring this forward and the blue forward, because this yellow should be on that side. There we go. And in this row, we're bringing in our light yellow. So we need the dark yellow, 1 dark yellow, and 1 light yellow. So let's bring that in. While we're carrying all this stuff with us. So now we have all 4 colors on here. And that's all we'll be using, is just 4 colors in this project. Alright, now that light yellow will go over there. I need to seek out my dark yellow. So it's dark yellow, light yellow, dark yellow. And then we need to go to blue. Finally, we haven't used blue yet in this row. Alright. Make sure all of my strings are leaving the yellow behind. All the yellows are behind. And now we need 4 blue and a green. Should finish off this row. Alright, and there we have that. Okay, so that is row 11, and that's what it should look like. Let's mark off row 11. Alright, so chain 2 and turn. Pulling some of that green out because it's it's a brand new skein. Alright, so we're starting in the 2nd chain from the hook, like we always do. And yes, this is 12, so we need the blue. And we need 3 blue. So let's put, so there's 1. 2, 3. Now I need to switch over though to a dark yellow. So let's bring this green forward, this blue forward, bring the dark yellow up. Now we need to carry we don't really need to carry this blue anymore, I don't think. So let's leave this blue behind right here, because I don't need that blue until we come back here. So we're just going to leave that blue there, and we're going to put a dark yellow in here. Alright, now we're going to switch over to the light yellow. Did I do 3? Yeah. Alright. Now we're going to carry the dark yellow and the green with us. And now I need 2 light yellow in here. So there's 1. And 2. Now let's go back to the dark yellow. And we're just going to leave this light yellow here because we're not going to need it anymore. And put a dark yellow in here while we're still carrying our green. And then switch over to green. And now I need 3 green. Did I need 2 green? Oh, man. See, I even make mistakes. I thought that looked off. I should have known. I'm sorry, guys. We were supposed to start out with 2 green. Alright. Yeah, we're on row 12. So there's 1, and here's 2. I'm sorry, we're supposed to start out with 2 green. And now we need our 3 blue. I thought I was stretching that yellow out there too much. Alright, so one more blue, 3 blue. So it's 2 green and 3 blue in row 12. Now we're going to switch over to our dark yellow. So, but we're going to leave this blue behind first. And now we need our dark yellow. Okay, this makes sense now. So 1 dark yellow, 2 light yellow. Comes forward. We're still carrying our green with us too, as we need it for the other side. So there's 1, to leave that, go back to the yellow, dark yellow. We need 1 dark yellow and 3 green. Should finish off this row. Alright. Now this makes sense. There we go. So it's sort of like putting a puzzle together, and I could tell if something is wrong. And I should have noticed that, because this yellow came clear out there all of a sudden. It shouldn't have. Anyway, so that is what row 12 looks like. And let's mark it off. And go to row 13. So chain 2 and turn. Let's make it sure. Yeah, they're all in order. Alright, so we are going to start in the second chain from the hook, our first green square, and we are going to need 4 of these before we go to the next color. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, now we need the light yellow. Now we need the light yellow. We're going to bring this dark yellow up, though, and bring it with us, because we're going to need that. In row 13, we need 3 light yellow. So there's 1, 2, 3. So now let's go to the dark yellow, leaving this light yellow behind. And we're putting 1 dark yellow right here. And then we need to go to the blue, leaving that yellow behind. Let's bring this blue up here. We need 2 blue. And 3 green should finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3. So chain 2 and turn. Chain 2. And then row 14, we're going to we'll start in a second chain from the hook like we always do. And we need 6 of these green. So there's 2. 3. 4. We're going to bring this blue up and carry it. No, we're not. I'm actually going to cut that off because there are several rows we are not using blue at all. So we're just going to cut this off so we don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's just another end to tie down, but it'll be okay. I'd rather tie down that end than worry about that blue, carrying that blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. So now we are needing, we're in 14. We need the light yellow first. We're bringing this dark yellow up with us though. And we need, so it is, we're going to go back and forth for four stitches. Light yellow, dark yellow, light yellow, dark yellow. So we're just going to go back and forth. So we need the dark yellow next. And then we're actually going to leave that light yellow behind because all I need is the dark yellow here and 4 green, and that should finish off. Yep, that'll finish off this row then. So let's switch over to green and leave it behind, this yellow behind here, and then we put our 4 green in. This is turning out so cool. So we'll see how this works out. Alright, there's what it looks like. Is that cool or what? This is so neat. Alright, so now we've just done 13 and 14, and we want to go ahead, we want to mark those off. Alright, 15 is next. And we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we are going to need 4 of these green to start out in 15. We're in full leaf mode here. Alright. Alright, so now we've got 4, right? Now we're going to switch over to the dark yellow. So dark yellow's first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to switch off dark yellow, dark yellow, and then next, just like we did last row, in the next 5 stitches. Starting off with dark yellow. And then we're just going to switch off for the next 5 stitches. Alright, so we're going to need to carry that with us. And first of all, let's bring these forward so we don't get these mixed up. Alright, so there's dark, and now there's light. That goes there. Now we need to go to the dark again. And then go back to the light. So there's 3 stitches so far. 3 blocks, we'll say. Not stitches, 3 blocks. And now we're going to leave that yellow behind. This is the 5th one. We got 4. We're going to end up with this dark yellow right here. And then we're going to leave it behind. And then we should have 6 green to finish this off. So there's 1. There's not 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are 6. One, 2, 3, 4. How did I do that? Oh my goodness. Let's see how that is off. Sometimes I just get involved in change coloring and not see the real picture. Alright. We only needed 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodness gracious. Not 5. I had 5 on there. And now I need to go to the dark yellow. And now we're switching off dark and yellow in the next 5 stitches. Bringing these forward, and then bring the light yellow in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to switch over to the green. Oh, dang it. I want to carry that light yellow on that stitch. No, it's... Now we should have 6 green left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, we do. Alright, 6 green. We'll finish off this row. And there's what it should look like right there. Alright, so this petal is coming along nicely. Alright. Mark off 15. 16 is next. So we're going to chain 2 and turn our work. Alright, so 16, we only need 1 green. Alright, it's a light yellow coming over there. Clear over there. Right? 1 green, 2 dark yellows, not yet light. My goodness. 2 dark yellows. Bring that dark yellow up here. Alright. So it looks like we need 2 dark yellows. While we're carrying our green with us. And then switching over to green, we need 3 green. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Switching back to the dark yellow, we need 1 dark yellow. Alright, and then we need a light yellow next. So 1 dark yellow, 1 light yellow. Well, I hope if I got the stitch. There it is. Goodness. And then back to the dark. And then we're going back to the light yellow, and we need 2 of those. And then back to the dark. So this light yellow is behind, and I had 2. Okay, now we need 4 green to finish it off. So we're going to leave that dark yellow behind too. And then we just need 4 green. Alright. Chain 2 and turn. And so, so 17, we're going to start out in the second chain from the hook. We need 5 green to start out with here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we need to go to our dark yellow. And we need 3 dark yellow. Let's bring this light yellow up, because we're going to need that later. So there's 2. Three. Leaving this dark yellow behind. And we need 2 light yellow next. Do we need that dark yellow again? Oh, never mind. We need to bring that dark yellow with us. We're not done with it. Alright, so 2 light yellow. Here. And we are going to leave it behind for sure. Switching over to green. We need 1 green here, and we still have this dark yellow with us. And then we're going to need 4 dark yellow. 4 dark yellow and 2 green should finish this off. So there's 1, 2, okay. Is that right? 17. So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 4. Yeah, that's right. 3, 4. And 2 green, yeah. That one is very tight. All right. All right, so there's row 17. Looking good so far. All right. So let's mark off 16 and 17. And we need 18 next. So chain 2 and turn. And in 18 we're going to start out with 2 green. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're bringing back in our blue. So we're going to need the blue. We need 1 blue here. I don't know if I can get it in there. So we're going to put a blue right here, right after these 2 green. And we're going to leave it behind and pull in the dark yellow. And we need a dark yellow. And we need this light yellow clear up here. So we need 2 of these. 2 light yellows here. So there's one. And two. And then we're going to switch back over to the dark yellow. And we need two dark yellows. And then we're going to switch back over to the light yellow. And so we've done 1, 2, and 2. Now I need 1 and 1. So 1 light, 1 dark. And then we're going to need 2 light, 2 dark. So there's 1. We're going to switch back over to the light. So now we need 2 light, 2 dark. Now we're done with the light yellow for this row. We're going to leave it behind. So now we need 2 dark, and then 4 green should finish off this row. Leaving that yellow behind. There's 3, and here's the 4th one right here. Chain 2. There's row 18. So 19, chain 2 and turn. And we're going to start off here in the second chain from the hook. We are going to need 3 3 green to start out with. So there's 1. Oh, there's 3 right there. So that's how I get messed up. Alright, so now we need a dark yellow up in here. This flower's growing. Alright, so we need 3 of these, 3 dark. And then we need 3 light next. And then we're going to go back to the dark. And we need 2 dark. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're going to go back to the light, and we need 4 light. This dark yellow we're done with. So now I need 4 light in this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our blue. So we're going to switch over to our blue. Leaving this light behind right here. But we're going to need to bring this green with us though, because we're going to need this green. Now I need 2 blue and 2 green. Should finish off this row. We'll leave that blue there, and now we just need the 2 green. And there is row 19. Okay, so now chain 2 and turn for row 20. And we're going to start a row 20 out with 2 green and 2 blue. So we're going to switch over to the blue. So there's 1, and 2, and this blue isn't going anywhere, so I'm going to leave it behind. We need the dark yellow. I need to bring the dark yellow up. And I need 1 dark yellow right here. And then I need to bring the light yellow in. And I need 4 light yellow next. So there's 1. 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to go back to the dark yellow. And now for the next three, we're going to go dark, light, dark for the next three squares. Alright, so dark, light, dark, and then we're going to go back to the light for 4 of them. We still need our dark, so we're going to bring it with us. So I need 4 stitches here of the light, or 4 squares. Three, nope, that's 2. 3 and 4. And then we need 2 dark and 2 green to finish off this row. So we're leaving this behind. So there's 1 and 2. Leave this one behind, and now we just need 2 green. And there we have it. So that is looking good. Alright, that was row 20. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far. You should have 20 squares in this. So we need to turn this paper over. For the next 5. Oh, do it this way. Alright, for 21, we're going to chain 2 and turn. And we need 2 green. Start this out with in row 21. Alright, then we need to go to the dark yellow, and we need 1 of those. And then we're going to switch over to the light yellow. And we need 3 light yellow. So there's 3. And then we need to go back to the dark. So in the next 2 rows, it'll be dark and light. in the next two squares. One dark, one light next. And then we're switching back over to the dark, and we need 4 dark yellow here. And then let's switch over to our light color again. And now we need 3 light yellow. So there's 2 and 3. And then I'm going to leave this light yellow behind, switch over to the dark, and put 1 dark next. And then we need to switch over to the blue. And we need 2 blue and 3 yellow. That will finish off this row. Did I say yellow? It's 3 green. 2 blue and 3 green to finish this off. Goodness gracious. And there is row 21. Awesome. Alright, row 22, we're going to chain 2 and turn. Starting out in the second chain here. And we need 3 green to start out with here. So there's 2 and 3. And now I need 3 blue. So we're going to bring up our blue. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Alright, so I need this green to keep going, but the blue can be behind because I'm not going to need it anymore. So let's bring this green forward and bring up the dark yellow, and we need 1 dark yellow here. And we need the light yellow. And we need 3 light yellow next. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Then we need to go back to the dark, and we need 1 dark yellow. Go back to the light, and we need 2 light. And then back to the dark, and we need 1 dark yellow here. And back to the light, we need 1 light yellow. And then back to the dark. Now we need 2 dark yellow. Then back to the light, and 2 light yellow. And then we're going to leave that light yellow behind there. And we need 1 light yellow. 1 dark yellow and 2 green to finish off this row. Switching back to green. And there it is. Alright, so that is row 22 finished. So 21 and 22 are done. Do another one. Chain 2 and turn. And we're starting off with 3 green in this row. And then we need to switch to the dark yellow. And we need a dark yellow here. And then we need to switch over to the light yellow. And now we need 3 light yellows. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now we need a dark yellow. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. In the next 4 squares, we are going to go back and forth, okay, for the next 4. So it's dark, and now light. Now back to the dark. And then back to the light. And then now we're back to the dark. The light we're done with. We're going to leave it there. We are needing 7 dark now. So we did that. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's right. So this is 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. And 7. And then it is 1 blue. So hang on a second. We should have brought that blue up in this last one. I need this blue. We need to bring that up. Alright, now we're going to switch over to blue. So it's 1 blue, 2 green, 1 blue, 1 green to finish off this row. And then we're going back to the blue. One blue, 1 green to finish it off. And here's our green. And here's what it looks like. There it is, row 23 done, and we will be back for rows 24 and 25 later. Where is it? Alright, we're back, and we're going to chain 2 and turn for row 24. And we're going to start our first square in the third chain from the hook. Alright, so alright, now we're going for one blue. So it's one green, one blue so far. And now we need to go back to the green and put 2 green in. That blue is going to stay there because we don't need it anymore in this row. Actually, in the next row, though, we're going to need it. So let's take it with us. I just saw. Sometimes you just got to look ahead and see we're going to need it right at the beginning of the next row. So we better take it with us and take it down there so it'll be easier. Because that's too long to be stretching that all the way down there. Alright, so we have 2 green. And now we're going for the gold, or the dark yellow. And so we need to switch over to dark yellow. And I need 2 dark yellows. And then we need regular yellow. Where's that at? Goodness. Let's make sure that these are all in order. There we go. Alright, green, yellow, green, blue, yellow. And now we need 4 light yellow. So now I'm carrying these 3 colors with me. So there's 2. Three. Yeah, this one's 4. And then we're going back. We're going to put this over here and bring up the dark yellow. So back to the dark yellow. And we need 3 dark yellow. So there's 1. Two. And 3. And then now we need to go back to the light yellow. And we need 2 light yellow. So there's 1. And 2. And then back to the dark yellow. And we just need 1 dark yellow here. And then back to the light yellow. And now we need 3 light yellow. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then the light yellow is done. Now we're going back to the dark yellow, and we only need 1 of those. And we're going to leave that light yellow there and put this dark yellow in. And there's just 1. And then we need to go to green, leaving the dark yellow behind. I still have this blue, and we're going to go all the way to here with this blue because we are going to need it this next round. So here's our green. Wait a minute. We're supposed to have 4 green. Did I do this right? Alright. There's 1, 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. Did I miss something? One, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. No, we're supposed to have 4, though. Hang on. Did I miss a stitch? Yep, right there. Clear back there. I am so sorry, guys. The pattern doesn't lie. I gotta go back there and fix that. Alright, so I'm not going to make you guys, I will be back for row 25. You guys know what the colors are. Alright, so this is what it looks like for row 24 after row 24. Alright, now row 25, chain 2 and turn. Alright. We are needing 1 green on row 25, and then we're switching over to blue, which is the reason why I brought this blue down here with me. Because we are needing 4 blue now. Let's make sure we don't skip any stitches this time. There we go. So, let's see if I can't bring that blue up a little bit shorter. Alright, so there's 1. 2. 3, and 4. Alright, so we need a dark yellow next. So bring that up out of there. And we just need, we're needing 2 dark yellow. I'm bringing up this light yellow because I'm going to need it next. Alright, now light yellow, we need 2 of them. And then we need to switch back over to the dark. And now we need 6 of them. So 6 dark yellows next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's switch to the light yellow again. And we need 5 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we got to switch back over to the dark yellow. And we need 1 dark yellow. And then we're done with the dark yellow. We need to go to the green. We need one green, 2 blue, and 1 green should finish off this row. So we'll leave that dark yellow behind. So we got the green, and then the blue, 2 blue, and then the green. And this is the first half of our diamond completely finished. And this is what it looks like. Beautiful. Alright, so we just finished off the first half of our diamond, which is the end of this video. When we come back tomorrow, we are going to finish this diamond and we're going to start decreasing on both ends, both corners. So we're going to make 2 new corners and start decreasing to the last corner. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.